Time to ruin this guy's whole day. Although, before I talk to him, since I am so grossly over-leveled, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a little bit more fair. It's, I tried recording this a little bit earlier, and I just crushed him so ridiculously hard it wasn't even funny. You should at least see how this guy works before that happens. So, PvP combat, as I'm sure you can probably guess, is pretty much just like, well, fighting a copy of myself. He's got the spin, he's got a lot of ranged attacks, he's very, very fast. It is not an easy fight to win, which is good because you don't actually need to win it. It's just PvP. But I'm going to do so anyway. Oh, yeah, right. Apollo. That's your name. I was going to call you Axel again. No, not like Kingdom Hearts. I'm talking like Disgaea 2. You know, the classic Disgaea 2. So the best way to go about doing this is to wait until he uses a special and then punish that. It is unquestionably his most vulnerable point. Aside from that, he will dodge a lot of your attacks much in the same way that you will dodge his. Done. And that KO is straight out of Kirby Superstar when you're doing the duels in that. There we go, not bad. I might actually show the, come on. The ridiculous, completely wrong direction. The ridiculously overpowered, I keep meaning to use the ranged super attack I have, not the melee one, but that's neither here nor there. Good bank shot at least. That's what I want to do. He does become more powerful over time, though, too. So you gotta... How do you like this? So you do have to be somewhat careful. His supers become much more impressive, and just in general, he's better at dodging your stuff. I think in his description as an enemy, it says that he fights harder when he's losing, when, you know, things are desperate. A real hero of justice in that way. Or if you think like Shenmue 2, which I was like, one of the competitors for arm wrestling was described as, get out, get riggedy wrecked. One of the arm wrestlers was described as becoming more excited as he lost, which I think is a good way to put that too. Okay, well, get him right in the corner here. Make this nice and easy. Yeah, oh, so close. If I get hit by his super, okay, it doesn't even matter. If I got hit by his super, he might have started to win a bunch more rounds there. Let's just say that. How you like me now? A pretty fun fight, all in all. All right. You know, I can say 3 things, and he doesn't even respect one of those. I guess. Look, I had to really depower myself here just to make it even slightly fair. I don't know if you can quite call him a rival. Oh yes, logout sections. I was talking about this before. This is more of a natural break in the action, but I want to kind of separate these sections out by, well, sections. Oh wait, now I can say 3 things. I hope so. Because as every one of these episodes is going to be gigantic. No, that first episode was not some sort of fluke. There's a lot of content in this game, man. Bold, confusing storytelling, as I am wont to say. A strange question to ask there. Alright, and now I think I can partner up with Emily again, but I don't know if I will. I think I can also go this solo if I so feel like it. And I might. Just, have it be a little bit different. A little bit less dialogue, complaining about how fast I'm taking it when I get to S rank. Maybe. Not quite sure exactly how, the flow for this is going to go. I'm probably going to make the dungeon its own video, but I think that you kind of need to do the dungeon to do a lot of quests, so this might be a slightly shorter episode comparatively. Slightly. I'll dump all the lore at the end. It's a strange. The way that I'm doing this game sort of feels like the way that you do an open world game where you're just trying to figure out how to categorize everything. Nah, I don't need that. Trying to figure out how to categorize everything in one way or another. Rabbits. Oh, right. I completely forgot to re-equip all my equipment. It was just like, that should have killed those rabbits otherwise. I mean, they're almost just a complete repeat of how the hedgehogs worked, but with the whole bouncing. I guess the aged hedgehog specifically. Let's go. Gotta listen to my tunes. Gotta have so many spikes around on here. I didn't even notice that until right now. And of course, giving the enemies them cat scratch fevers. Alright, so next section here is a little bit of a mountainous and then eventually... Oh, got a quest. Mountainous and sort of a snowy type of region. Like the very first area in the game, the Shizuka one was spring flavored with cherry blossoms and everything. Obviously, Autumn's Rise was, well, autumn. And we got winter, actually looking like it is currently in the real world. I might actually have that with me right now. Can I... Because that'll also give me a lot of nice craftable equipment, which I'm going to need. Oh. Craftable equipment, which I'm going to need pretty soon. Well, technically that quest should be part of the previous area, but let's just do it. There you go. Let's just do it in order when I get to all the proper quests. Yes, I did completely forget that I'm supposed to be separating those things out. Let's hope that I don't start picking up a whole bunch of chests on top of that, too. There's Henry. I told you he was going to be appearing in every single one of the areas. Come on now. Stupid rabbit. Making me look bad. And now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I will also switch up how the circuits work here. I can't quite reset to go and look at a couple of these other skills right now. I think. Can I? No. Oh, I see. It literally just swaps the... Yeah, you can swap the individual parts by clicking on this then. So let's just, sure, why not? Switch both of those things around, try to get a little bit more... Yes. A little bit more, I don't know, novel of a run going on. Can't quite be in the same way that I was doing Grindy, unfortunately. Respecking is not as easy as that. But at least this will be something. Let's check it out, actually. Oh, it literally just shoots it right through. Okay. I guess that's something. I don't know how useful it's going to be, but I can appreciate that sort of thing. I'll say this, at least it's easier than respecking in real MMOs, which can sometimes be just a nightmare to do. I have played a couple MMOs in the past. I talked about during the Grindia playthrough a lot about... Which is a seahorse for some reason. Talked in the Grindia playthrough about playing a lot of Ragnarok back in the day. which is definitely an MMO, but I want to say not quite in the same way as the other MMO that I played, World of Warcraft. Got into that game all the way back when Mists of Pandaria came out. Good stuff, good stuff. Just so much grinding in that game. I mean, if you think that I am grind happy in this game, you should have saw me in that. Every single faction that it was possible to get to maximum, I got to maximum. Even ones that were, you know, if you raised your rank in one, you lowered your rank in another. Well, you can find ways around that, and I did. Butcher Bay, Bloodsail Buccaneers, and Butcher Bay. Yep, both maxed out. It wasn't easy. But it was worth it? No, it wasn't worth it. I just did it anyway, though. By the way, penguins do not appear in mountains. What are you even talking about, game? Also, a lot of very, more, like, Mother 3 type of animals. Cyborgy type of stuff going on here. Not quite sure why that is a theme, but hey, here we are. But yeah, grinding was basically the way that I played that. PvP? Nah. Raids? No. Grinding? Oh, absolutely. I love it. I don't know what brings me... I don't know why that brings me so much joy, but that's just how it be. Oh, okay. So that sort of thing. I don't know. I like the whirling... the tornado going around here rather than just a whirling blade in front of me, but I can see how this could be useful. A little bit more directed. Ah, I see. No, I think that in the future I probably will end up instead going for the same sort of builds that I had previously. Oh yes, I also need to get this ice to turn in that one quest all the way back in the first area. And in fact, there we go. Frosty Arnold is his name. Making ice cream is his game. And although it's not like ice cream is a super great item, it is a quest. So, oh, I didn't get the parry there. So what can I do? And boy, do I have some tales of grinding when it comes to World of Warcraft. Like, I'm one of the few people that actually got the insane achievement. Why? I don't know. Like, why even bother with that? I guess it was just like, I need more grinding in my life. And that was the only way to do it. Also, so many, like, 1% drop old raid content got Mimiron's head, which is probably the best thing that I got, because that thing is great. It's a big robot head that you ride around in. Definitely my favorite mount out of the ones that I got in that game. But, you know, just tons of stuff like that. So it's no surprise that I take the same sort of style of play in single-player games too. I think just because I can't show it off to people, that makes any difference? Absolutely not. Oh wow, is that close to a level? You know, considering that the Flora quest, whatever that one was called, because I don't remember, yeah, is level 50. I'm like getting to the point where I am, like I'm getting there. It's only the second area of the game. Well, the fact that this snowman has a health bar is pretty telling. And of course, snowmen, for some reason, are actually pretty hardcore enemies, as you'll probably see in about 5 seconds. Not that specifically, but this one. Don't want to mess around with those guys. They also counter physical attacks pretty well. If you want to show that, man. Okay, fine, I guess not then. That's okay with me. Well, I can't quite get that chest right now due to the whole constraints of how I'm doing this series, but, you know, great. Well, thankfully, I took no damage from that. getting the parry timing down a little bit better over time. Not as good as I'd like it, but oh, here we go. Yeah, there. That's what I was talking about with the melee counter. It's, rough. Sure, you think you might be, because they're supposed to be, I don't know, somewhat stealthy about trying not to seem evil. I saw Jack Frost. No, not the movie about, like, was it Michael Keaton as a jazz musician who died and then... Now, come on. I should go get an S rank here. I'm so close. I'm just gonna down this real quick. Yeah, there we go. No, I'm talking the horror movie. Well, the other Jack Frost. That was also a killer snowman that happened at... that came out pretty close to each other. It's a weird thing with movies where sometimes you'll get two of them coming out at the same time that have shockingly similar premises. In a way that and from what I understand, it's that famous scripts get... like, if there's a very good script in Hollywood, it'll usually get shopped around to several different places, so then they'll know that it's like, hey, there's a good script coming... Are you kidding me? There's a good script coming out here. Let's go make our own knockoff version of it. It's like Pixar movies being of that sort. Will you just shoot me with your... Yeah, let's get out of here. Shoot your antlers at me so I can get a break. Literally in multiple definitions. Great. Yeesh, I think I'm just going to get out of here right now. Oh, and this is actually a fun place to get into because got another perfectly regular object here. I still have no idea what they're supposed to do, but they're here. Hey, hi guys. But they're here. Just keep it in mind for the future, I guess. And you're all square like that, too. Curiouser and curiouser. So yeah, a lot of... it seems like each one of the areas kind of has your basic melee type of enemy. Your bunnies being your hedgehogs here. Kill cats being replaced by entirely out of place. These guys. And then sort of your heavies. Which is, of course, the... Come on now. Which is, of course, the goats, but also sort of a heavy version of the ranged enemies in the form of the snowmen here. And considering how ranged focus of a game this is, it's surprising that they even have so many melee enemies at all. There we go. Each work basically differently. I mean, each work basically the same, but have small differences to them, is what I was saying. Except I said the exact opposite instead. You know how it goes. Let's take a look at the map here. Where have I been going so far? Windy Climb. I guess everything kind of converges on the Rising Path 4, though. Alright, let's quit screwing around. There's no major quests or things that I'm supposed to be doing here aside from just kind of exploring about, but still does not hurt to attack everything that you see anyway. After all, I'm only, 255 away from getting another level. And these things are of level. I mean, level 17, level 18. Weak to fire, which still don't have any of those. I do believe that the first element that I'm getting is, in fact, fire. Yeah, I do think that the elements sort of work counter to the areas that they're in, rather than being area appropriate. Yep, you can see that there. Still got hit on backswing anyway. Yeah, those things have some pretty big damage resistance if you are not getting their break there. There we go. And sure, you know what? I can take out these things easy enough. Rank A already. Cool. Okay. No, double parry. I didn't even know you could parry 2 things at once. That can be something in the future. Okay, then. I guess we're going to continue this train. Why not? I also noticed that the steel ball bounces off of walls. Might be something worth looking into later again. Good. Let's keep this going here. Why not? Unlike the first area, I don't think I'm going to be interrupted by a bunch of cutscenes. Until right now! Oh, man! Got the worst timing here, Sergey. That's his name, right? I do not remember the names of anybody in this game. Yes. Yes, I would. What are you talking about? Yeah, and we'll get to it, certainly. Soon enough. There's still plenty more stuff to be doing out here, though. In fact, let's see if I can't, at least clear out the rest of the areas. There was an entire different fork in the path there, too. Check that out. Oh, and also, anything I can make here that isn't just the... I mean, well, you know, junk metal is important. That is something I'm going to be using a lot of. I had somebody ask if I was going to be making the Gurren Lagann weapon, the drill, and I definitely am. It's just, right now, soon means 2 weeks. You know, patented 2 weeks. Don't worry about it. Ah, yes. Gotta get a little bit of this dialogue here too. But yeah, I will be doing that. I just need right now the, what is it, golden triangles, which are special items that I think I need to do stuff in the upcoming dungeon to get. Well, I have gotten them before. In the kind of original playthrough that I did, which I don't even know if I actually showed this, but here's the thing. There's a little bit of a preview for what's going to be coming up. I do have that weapon. I think the currently equipped weapon that I have there, or at least one of them, since you can equip 2 at a time, is the drill. Don't even worry about it, is what I'm saying. Requires a lot of junk metal, though. But you can make that in every single section. So if you are missing a lot of it, you can just go right back to Autumn's Rise and then grind out all of the materials in there. Yeah, here we go, off-road. Going full-on ATV here. And I don't really need to fight too much more stuff. You can see sort of the various different types of new flora as well as fauna. Like these ones got the berries, that's how you know they're special. Otherwise you got like basic bushes and basic little evergreen trees. They're cute, I suppose. Not anything particularly special, but at least here I know that I'm making progress on your quest, talking about it right now, in fact. Feather plants. Because, you know, they're in a mountain, which is high, and high is where you find bird. Well, thanks for checking in. Anyway, let's... Oh, come on now. Well, there's more areas around here to go. See that little tiny nubbin up there? Which is to say, I guess it's like literally a foot to my left. Sure. These are fairly large. You know, they're compact, but they're also large. I can really appreciate the density of stuff that they got going on in this game. It is shocking just how much content you're getting in here for what, at least on the surface, didn't really seem to be all that big. I just knew that, hey, very, very long game, and I can see how they did that now. I was thinking maybe just Radiant quests in the same way that Skyrim does it, for example. Generated type of stuff. Maybe just really grind focus? You never know how it works like that. Hello. Don't really think there's too much here that I want, but I was also told that if I'm going for 100%, I should be talking to every NPC that I possibly can, too. I don't know if I'm going for 100% in that way, but I'm at least doing a lot of the more basic stuff. Oh yeah, you, the parkour guy. Well, I think I'll just do a quick search around town, see what we got going on there, and then we'll start up with the many quests that are going to be going, that I'm going to have to do. All right, because this is... I like swords. Is that a webcomic reference? It's been far too long, and I never even read that comic, whatever it was called, 8-Bit Theater or something? Weird. Anyway, yeah, I think that's just straight up a reference. Wow. Well, I guess, you know, given that the very first thing, the very first boss that you fight in the game is a reference to Genji 2. Specifically that one old E3 presentation on that game. It shouldn't be any surprise that they're pulling that out here. Anywho, oh yeah, you can even see on maps all of the houses that you can go in, so it's not like it's a surprise if a door is open or not. Boy, there's a lot of these golden chests around here. I think I have a lot of them written down right now, but I'm gonna have to check on that soon enough too. Hey, is Cat in the car? Good to know. Well, here, let's start taking quests. I think that this is about quest time anyway. That's me. Great, do I have to do another quest for you because of that? Yeah, by the way, I can't remember names like Apollo, but I can remember names like Cat in the car. I don't know what you're talking about. Ketten is a very common name. All right. A lot of broken equipment. I guess maybe that's where he's getting all of this multi-class stuff. Just fixing up things that people are throwing away. Salvaging stuff off the ground. So, at a waterfall. Look for a secret path in a waterfall. Not that ominous. All right. Needless to say, also going to be dealing a lot with a... Needless to say, going to be dealing with another elite enemy too. Also, I don't know why you can do that, but you can. Anybody else have anything to say before I leave? All right, good to know. Good to know. Because I do want to do all of that guy's quests. I want to see what his deal is. Seems like quite the curious character. I mean, it is possible to hack the game and stuff like that. Is that what this guy is doing? Perhaps. I mean, that blue avatar guy seems to be doing that, that type of deal. Don't really see why it wouldn't be impossible for him as well. Still kind of wondering what the deal with that is, by the way. Haven't really gotten too much progress on the... This man's just saying Z over and over to try to make me think he's asleep. Anyway. Yeah, still haven't gotten too much progress on the that side of the plot. I'm still wondering how that's going to work when we get to that point. Because, I mean, you know there's going to be like some kind of big twist going on, right? There's always that. This is perfectly set up for a big twist, is what I'm saying. No, not a bunch of lore here? That's fine, I suppose. You look important. I don't know. I'm curious because as of just yet, I am enjoying the Crossworlds bit. I'm enjoying the whole part where you're just kind of palling around with people and going through this hokey MMO. Like, I hope that whatever the twist is, it's not going to totally like destroy the rest of the game in one way or another. I suppose we'll see. By the way, that is really looking like like I'm about to go through Ghosts and Goblins right now. Twists are always a weird thing when you get to any sort of medium. Because any twist that you have in a story is going to be a new way of kind of like analyzing the story, like looking back at how you viewed the thing previous to the twist, figuring out where you're going to go forward. It's pretty much always a good thing, at least for retaining audience attention, for making your audience think critically. That does not mean that, your audience is not going to immediately come to the idea that your screenplay or whatever is worse because of the twist, but at least it's something that's going to shock them out of just a malaise of nothing happening. It's the sort of thing like, oh, neat. Hey, get out of the way, you. But, at the same time, it's also... Twists are also something you can do so badly, too. No, I can't even open that up even if I wanted to. Twists are something that you can do so badly. I mean, it's making me wonder, especially with this game, if we're going to get to the point where they're like, well, and now that you know the twist, the entire first half of the game is you were just kind of coasting through the first half of the game. We didn't really bother making a very good plot for Crossworlds or whatever, because it doesn't matter. This is what's going on now. Or if we hit the twist and it's going to be like, well, now that we've hit the twist, let's just coast right on to the end. And you've seen like a ton of crappy horror movies that try to throw in a twist just to get something interesting out of the screenplay that they're writing. It's always something that's going to be interesting, but it's so hard to do well. I think the thing with twists is that what you got to do is you got to think of your story of having like two parts. Oh, Amelie's here. You got to think of your story of having like two parts. The part previous to the twist and the part after the twist. And if you're watching a movie or something, the twist comes right at the end, that can just be the same movie. I feel like that there's a lot of screenwriters. It's like, even if you're trying to write something well, you're going to, you might think it's like, we can make it vague and weird and ambiguous as to what exactly is going on, because, by the time we get to the twist, the first half of the movie's not going to matter that much. And like I said, just coast right on from the second half. I don't know. I'm interested in what's going to be happening, but I also know that it's going to be... Yeah, I know. Thanks. But I'm also afraid that it's going to kind of ruin the game that I'm enjoying right now. Anyway, any more quests to be done? Yes. And then, of course, there's also the twist that's just like, hey, it's all a dream, which maybe just... Not to say that you can't do that well, but if this just turns out to be Leia hallucinating or something, like remembering a game she played, it's like, if I like a movie and then they have a crappy twist like that, then it's like, well, I guess I liked the movie until I found out that none of it was happening. Or similarly, if it's a bad movie, then it feels like an extra waste of time when you get that. And this is not even talking about when the twist you see coming from a mile away. And then you're just waiting for the characters to catch up with knowledge that you already have. You're just waiting for the Phantom Thieves to catch up with the knowledge that you already have for hours on end. Oh boy. It's something to think about. You're creating two movies when you have a twist, or two video games, or whatever sort of media. I'm just saying movies for shorthand. Should be entertaining before you know what it is, and you should be entertaining afterwards. I suppose we'll see if that happens or not. Oh, hey, it's that guy from had the Bruce Lee quote. Oh, well, aside from that, More quests, more quests. And I think all of those are going to be in the various towns that I'm going around to. There's nobody blocking the storage house. This is not really blocking anything now, is it? Cool. But that's very generic sort of stuff. I mean, like, nothing about how, hey, you're also going to have to fight, like, a bunch of robots or something, too? Because that's what it sounds like what's going to happen. No. Gotta remember, picking up... the stupid constraints that I'm putting on these runs. There's gonna be a section where I pick up all of the chests, and I gotta wait until that point. All right. Hey, I helped you out quite a bit before. I don't really see why. Fine, whatever. So looking for a goat. Sure, whatever. It's not. I mean, I'm already pretty used to the parkour as it is, and there's a lot of areas to be getting on top of roofs right now. Let's go. Who else? Oh, I guess this house right here. Nothing actually in here, though. Just another couple paths. Sure, what do you got? Screams, you say? You think? You know, if you discover a temple and you're in sort of a fantastical world like this, it's like, what do you expect? Well, wait, are you an NPC or? I am still confused because they said, you know, the NPCs have AI and everything like that. Doesn't seem to be tremendously robust. Hello. Sometimes it is, though, I guess. And actually order drinks. Yeah, so it is. So it is. Can I just go in the back here? What was it in, was it Zelda Link to the Past that you had there was a building that you had to just go in the back like that? Or something. I kind of vaguely remember that, but I guess they're not quite doing the same thing. Is this... No. So I want to go over... here? If only I had a marker to find myself on the map. Oh, I guess it's just this place. Oh, no? Great, now I'm confused. Okay, so it's the area right behind this one. And then, of course, sometimes you get NPCs like that one down there that, wow. Okay. What does a telepath mean in this case? Does it mean using analyze? Is there another character that I'm going to find that is a telepath? No idea. And that's not really all that helpful. Well, great. If anybody says that I need to go over to House 1, I know what to do, I guess. Is great. Sure. Are you the one that's been building those things? Right above me, I guess, is the area that I want to go to. Oh, yes, it's you, the guy who's making hats, right? You know, he clearly has hair in his actual sprite. Yes, I mean it is the hat that is the apex of all, as indicated by its name. Well, gee, maybe the person that I was just talking to might have something to say about that. At least it's just right outside the door, I guess. Hello. Your name is Miss Hat. I mean, I guess that should have also been a pretty clear indication as well. Ah. Ridiculous. Yep. Okay, so it's a lot like the raw meat quest that I was doing for Mystique before. Which I guess... I think... Wow, combat rank B. That is kind of high. It's a... very on-the-nose type of thing. Ooh, more lore? Cool. Yeah, that's more of the stuff that's not really related to the game, yet somehow found its way here anyway. No, she's just saying Z to make you think that she's sleeping. Alright, whatever, Squall. Anybody else got anything to say before I start? I gotta go talk to Parkour Guy. I gotta go... I know there's at least one more area that I haven't... two more. Go check out. A lot of stuff to do. Always going to be a lot of stuff to do. Like I was saying, I know there's also a couple quests that I think only unlock after you beat the... after you beat the dungeons. I'm gonna have to keep track of that too. Also, I have no idea what that thing is. It is certainly a botanic, evidently, but origin stones? I guess I'm gonna definitely have to take a look out for those. Back in Rookie Harbor, or whatever that one place is called, probably has one itself that I can't just get to quite yet. Oh, you talked to me last time. No more words of wisdom? Oh, well, too bad. I'll be back. You, I think, are the next area. No, that's the one where I got the quest for the hat. What other areas am I going to right now? So directly south from this, there's apparently a... Hey, there's that goat. I'll deal with it when I can get up a little bit. I want to find a little bit better vantage point. Until then... I knew it. Okay, fair enough. That's a very, noblesse oblige around here. It's shocking how many people don't seem to understand that, you know. Wow, that is also very handy. Don't seem to understand that you can't talk and all that. Oh, well, you guys probably got something to say, am I right? And that would explain why they're... Oh, yes, literally that exact explanation right now. Whatever, man. Grinding mobs are easy. Also, really got to make sure that I'm talking to everybody around here. Oh, that would explain that hologram back in the first area, then. Anywhere else to go? Yes. So there are, like, special botanics to go find. And, by the way, everything does have its own... Every enemy, every piece of flora around here, everything has its own entry, which I will eventually be looking at, certainly. A fruitful conversation. Well, I guess stuff did get updated, so it was? Are you kidding me? Come on. Also, Kratos. That's cute. Because he looks like the guy from The Thing. Oh, thank God. Sure. Why not? Let's go. Oh, and he's right there. So, this quest, I do remember it well because it's something. Let's just say that right now. Now, sort of a... I mean, it's a basic trial type of thing. Yeah, there you go. So don't fall. If you fall, you gotta do it over again. Things will shoot at you. They don't do damage so much as they do knockback. And there you go. Go full Cubert, I guess. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to... I don't use the shield except to try to parry things. But yeah, you can use the shield here, and that reduces the knockback by a lot. Because if you get hit by even one of those things, they are probably going to knock you off of the area there. Come on now. Oh boy, don't make me have to start editing this on the very first version of it. I mean, you saw on the quest how it said that no modifiers are active. Well, spoiler, there are modifiers, and they are exactly what you think they are. Stuff like no using shields, which I did not actually do in the original way, during the original time that I was doing this quest, because I'm already bad enough at it as it is. But yeah, I mean, originally I didn't even think to. I keep thinking you could jump right over there. But anyway, because originally I didn't even think of trying to like use the shield on this until a little bit later in the trial. What am I trying to hit here? Oh, gotta shoot stuff now. Thankfully, you can see where you're going pretty easily. Bam. Let's go. Yes, it's this part. That's a little bit difficult to do if you didn't just hold out your shield. There is still a little bit of knockback even despite that, so be careful. There we go. Steady as a rock, you say? Yeah, it's like this thing that I think that no shield is going to be a nightmare to try to do. I mean, it's not like it's impossible. I think you even can jump over to each one of these platforms, at least briefly, but that's going to be one that I'll probably be doing post-commentary compared to like trying to do this one right now. After all, going to be hitting up post-commentary for the chests anyway. Yeah, sure. All right. Well, there's one finished. Sort of like the other couple very basic quests. You don't even need to leave the room. Just go or leave the town. You just need to go talk to some people or do some very minor task. And much like the police one, I think it's going to become a little bit more advanced in time. At least with this one, I'm not actually going to leave the area except to go do the test over and over. Let's go. Deemed worthy. Oh, or maybe I'm not even going to be able to... Ah, no. You have that. All right. I'm ready. Timed challenge is going to be frustrating, but I think I can probably manage that. No shield challenge is the one that's going to be frustrating. Well, I'm not going to go do that. Like I said, I'm not going to do that one right now. I'm going to do that one a little bit later. Not that you at home have to wait around for that. It's the benefits of a heavily edited series and all that. Oh, and thank you for finally giving me a way to deactivate my shield. I hate this thing, and I've been looking to get rid of it for so long. Yeah, it's not a question of not accidentally using your shield or anything in the challenge. You literally do not have access to it when you're attempting that particular quest. But the first one that I'm going to be doing is the timed one. Gotta finish the cave in less than 2 minutes, and that pretty much means don't fall off anywhere or you're almost guaranteed to have failed. You know, along with just trying to do it quickly in general. It's not too bad. Not as bad as I thought that some of these challenges were going to be honest. Because, you know, this is not a platformer. Jumping is automatic. As long as you're holding right, for example, at the very start of the cave, you're going to be pressing down most of the buttons. You'll be able to jump on every platform with relative ease. Now, the only thing that makes this really difficult is dodging around the bullets. And you still have access to your shield, first off, which is great. Might as well use that while you still got access to it. And the shots aren't tricky. They're not like trick shots. They're not trying to predict where you're going to be. They're just shot directly at you. So it's pretty easy to kind of maneuver your way around them. As long as you're moving quickly, most of them will be missing you anyway. And then there are some points where you just gotta wait around here, but as long as you have enough time, this is pretty trivial. And to be honest, the no shield challenge also not too bad. I mean, the major thing that I was worried about was the last little bit of the cave there. But you'll see that it's such bravery. I mean, it's not like you actually die here or anything, so wouldn't really say they're bravery. Such patience is more what I would say. Well, much like a speed run, just going quickly, most of the shots will be missing you. But that's not... some shots, like for example that one there, probably was a little bit too risky, but I still managed to get it anyway, so hey, moot point. As long as you understand the cave, I think that's kind of that's the thing that's going to get you tripped up. You're just not... if you're not quite sure where you're supposed to be going next. And you do get to keep progress in between each area. I didn't have to restart that entire thing when I got knocked off there, even though it was literally seconds away from finishing it. You just got to redo that one section. Very forgiving. I mean, given that some parts of the game have been pretty challenging so far, I was kind of thinking that this might be just nightmarishly difficult. And then, yeah, even this bit, not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. Because I expect that you need to be jumping onto the platforms where the turrets actually were, rather than getting a couple extra platforms around here. Because it is possible, for example. It's just... oh boy, that would add an entirely new dimension of awful to this if that were the case. But there you go. That's both of the quests. No problem at all. Only took me 10 minutes in total. And yeah, if you want to go for perfect time or anything like that, it does remain open. Can I go in here? No, can't even talk to that guy. All right, well, go deal with Billy Goat Gruff, parkour guy. God, what else? There's so much here. How am I going to get up high enough to even go... well, let's go do parkour guy right now. He is literally right outside one of the teleporters, right? Here. And I don't think this guy appears here unless you finish the first parkour challenge. Yeah, you know what's going on. Great. I love it. Let's go. About as ready for this as I'm ever going to be. Uh-huh. Yeah, the fact that you have to do this in a timed challenge is frustrating. Especially if you're not entirely sure where to go. And you do, it's pretty obvious. The jumping. It looked like it was closer than it was. Can we just touch this again? No. Let's just leave the area. So yeah, the timed part is frustrating. And even though there is a very clear, gigantic spinning circle, if you're just concentrating on, where you're moving, you might kind of miss it. I did it again. Also, if things are not very clear. And there we go. Man, that was annoying. I'm like a robot or something. Avatar, or whatever you want to say. What? Are you sure you're testing this? You sure you're actually working for the company? Yeah, there is loot. And I am using a lot of those sandwiches, so... Also, yeah, 4,000 credits ain't too bad at all. Okay, well, that's that, then. And there's not anything else in here, no. Alright, well, let's go deal with that, Billy Goat back in town. There we go. That'll do it. Of course. Can't say it's not predictable, but still. Alright, so it's more than just that one thing, really. And I can't get through here myself? No. Of course not. Yeah, this'll do it. Okay, there we go. Kind of confused there as to where exactly I need to go to get to this goat. Well, that'll at least be easy to do. There, get out of the way. Actually, got anything to say on that? No. I love at this point. It's just like, oh man, do you see that goat? I would have settled for that. Oh man, I get goat follower. Let's go out and have some Oh. I guess. What is up with the guards always literally being steps behind me? Of course, the quotation marks don't really fill me with confidence, but I mean, it's fine. Oh, that was easy. Didn't look to be all that different size-wise. And there we go. Got a second quest, although I guess that's probably another one to be done after the... Well, I think... I was thinking like after the dungeon, but maybe not? Oh, no. No, gotta go find him. Alright, that's simple enough, at least. And if I'm going to be going... Well, I mean, I got the path of aspirations and all that sort of stuff. But also a bunch of top hat materials to find, everything like that. I think if I'm gonna end up doing that, I should probably go all the way back to the beginning and get Henry's quest, because that's going to be, you know, canvassing a lot of the stuff that I'm gonna be doing in this general area. Let's go. Oh, and then I should stop back in town and grab that bronze mail now that... Come on. And grab that bronze mail since I'm going to be teleporting around here for a little bit. You know, at first I thought he was wearing headphones, but now I notice that he doesn't actually seem to have a band around his head or anything. They're just like gigantic ear coverings. Yeah. You still look like you're the best friend of an anime character. That green-haired guy from Yu-Gi-Oh! Stop dyeing his hair, I guess. No problem. I mean, I'm doing everything anyway. Oh, wow, I'm almost done with that. A whole host of quests to do. No problem. Yes, I'm well aware. Alright, get right back to town. It's really just right here, I think, that I need to go to get the piece of mail that I need, but is there anything else that I want to do before that? Actually, let me check over here real quick. Yep, it's the golden triangles that I need. Too bad. Only a level 10 piece of equipment. It's gonna be... Oh, right, I can also turn this in. I shouldn't forget about that. Great. And I don't have... Do I have Mystique's thing done? I'm very close for the feather leaves, but the pike wood is going to require a lot more stuff there than what I got right now. Oh, well, I'll have plenty of opportunity to go get those soon enough. Hello. Give me the bronze mail. And check out. It's just... Why... Frustrated with that even in the real world. Why do you have to do that in here? At least in the real world, I'm spending real money, and this is fake money. Huh. You little cave of aspiration up here. Didn't even notice that. That's not even where I want to go either, which is kind of the more important bit. Oh, and also there is one more quest that I was missing a little bit to the right of me. Actually, how many things? Pike wood. Good, but I don't think that's quite enough to get this thing done. Oh, no, everything... Did everything go immediately into Henry's quest instead? Alright, I guess that's fine, but I feel like, should let me make the decisions on that one. I suppose. Hello. So, rabbit mini-boss. I mean, you remember that a couple of the different enemies got mini-boss versions in the previous area. Got a hedgehog and a hillcat having both super forms. No surprise you're going to be seeing multiple of those here as well. It's true. It's not even a horror game, so it's extra embarrassing. Of course, of course. right. I mean, I remember that that one of them has a pretty great accent. If you remember the guy with pickle hub last time, it's of that sort. All right, let's go do that right now then. Why not? I'm already jumping around as it is. There's no reason to not continue on with that. All right. Inn is pretty easy to find. It's the one right up here that looks like Poke Center. Oh yeah, here we go. All right. Other guy, from what I remember, is right at the obelisk. So just jump right in there. 28 to 29. Only missing one of those chests. And it's just... Oh. Hey. Yeah, you're not the Tri-Blader that you're talking about, right? No, you are. Doesn't like making phone calls. There's people out there like that. Yep, John, Jacques, and Jeff. Yeah. Okay, well, I guess I'll continue on with this thing too. I think this is more of a main questy type of deal, but that's fine. Right up here is where they got all the guild houses. And also the biggest Kickstarter thing. The thing that definitely clued me in more than anything else to the fact that this is a Kickstarter game. Which I did have confirmed in the previous comments. Alright, there we go. Thankfully, no chests up here. Otherwise, that would be annoying that I had to wait until now to get that. Well, I suppose this would be a nice place to go grind out some more plants, but whatever. I already got that all done. Yeah. So first, scholars, an interesting little bit. One of the things that I was talking about earlier there was the idea that maybe the Crossworlds lore is not quite as fleshed out as whatever the eventual upcoming, the eventual twist, whatever that's going to be here. It does make me think that maybe the idea of the first scholars who are here to kind of explore the lore of the game is to maybe help out with that a little bit. Because you actually have characters who are interested in the lore of the game world. It is a very strange thing how you have a level of artifice on top. I'm already playing a video game, but even on top of that, they're playing another video game. So it feels like it's the world of Crossworlds matters even less. But hey, at least they're trying here with a lore-focused guild. Especially including the gigantic tree in the middle of it, right? Which, hey, wait a second. That's the special tree that I did a quest on in the last episode. I mean, a little less fall-themed, but still the same tree. A dungeon. That makes no sense. I mean, only in the sense that I suppose they haven't released all of the quests just yet. Also, I mean, one of the things with lore in MMOs, going back to me talking about Warcraft again, is that it tends to kind of spiral out of control and into total nonsense very quickly. I've been playing Undermine recently, and there's a character that has a very similar name to Cho'Gall in the Warcraft series. Started out as an orc magi, and then was leader of an entire cult by himself, and then a final boss, and then just so many different things. Or, you know, you talk about like the Lich King in that game, and how that works, and who that was, and oh boy, it is. It just got to be a complete mess. And then they started to run out of villains to fight. So it just sort of becomes like, oh, well, how many more big evil guys can you fight at this point in time? We've kind of killed everything throughout the many, many raids that have existed in the game. All right. I remember that I did this whole thing actually after I did the dungeon in the previous point that I was playing the game. Sort of surprised me that you can, yeah, I know. Sort of surprises me that you can, get like this whole little dialogue bit even before you do that here. Well, anyway, I'll be checking on them a little bit later since that's more of a dungeon focused thing. But right now I forgot what I was doing. Nope, the rabbit quest. The thing that I don't know if it's supposed to be a reference to Monty Python and the Holy Grail, but it's, given how the rest of the game is going, yeah, probably. I mean, there's been no... I'm not like getting a holy hand grenade or anything like that. It just seems to be more of a Pokemon thing with the whole capture ball. You know, I got a Master Ball in the last episode. That was literally the last thing that I did there. Can I just give that to her? Mm-hmm. And yes, if you remember the Windy Climb, there was one area that had just a big, huge, like, green field there. That's where we're going. Okay. 5 frosted carrots, which I might have right now. Missing 1. Okay. And then, is every quest that I have now grinding out stuff? Yes. Well, that's dungeon quest. Well, that's the fight stuff, but I mean, that's not so much grinding out items as much as grinding out levels and equipment. Did I never turn this in? Oh boy! Let's go do that right now. Whoops. I should probably pay attention to that a little bit more. Yeah, I didn't even think too much about that. And I got tripped up by that bench again. That is literally the second time that's happened. That is ridiculous. All right. Up here and yes, here we go. Gasp. Well, I mean, it's not as impressive anymore. Or maybe it is. Never mind then. Cool. No other quests? Yeah. It's just the 2. They give you the 2. Okay, so back to the village. I'll go at least finish up the second part of this first police quest. And then past that, I guess I'm probably going to go get all the chests, grind out all the items. And we'll meet back here in 20 years on the anniversary of this episode so I can finish it. Oh, come on, you have imposter in your name. Oh no! There's more things going on here than we thought. Gasp. No, I'm not going to interrogate the goat. Just you. Okay, now those ones are of unusual size. I like that it did start out getting me a rank immediately. Which is good. Come on, really? Gotta wait for these things. Yeah, there we go. Wow, even after the break, that was it? Yeesh. Okay, these guys are, like, they're only level 17. Surprisingly tough. Or maybe I just didn't get the break in the same way that I wanted to, in the way that I thought I was doing so. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I didn't get the break, I guess. You take virtually no damage. You're not doing that. There we go. Done. Diabolic horns. Interesting. I guess I must be dealing with some sort of very diabolic character. I actually do like this quest a lot. Of the various mini quests in this game, I think this one with the secret mutant goats is pretty great. It's true. Well, at least I get A, and there's some more frosted carrots. So that's useful. And there's material for the hat maker. Oh, wow. I can just go turn in a bunch of quests right now. Cool. I mean, it pays to do these quests, I suppose. Oh, I didn't even see if she had another quest available for me. Hooray. Proper a top hat. Which the thing is, it's like I could just wear that right now instead. Can't quite make another one. Yeah, I guess for a while. Jeez. And it would probably be, it's only marginally higher level comparatively, so let's just go turn this one in right now instead. Be just fine. Sure did. Proper indeed. Good enough. Can't say I'm really all that surprised, but because every quest, it has 2 parts to it, you know? I believe you owe me items and experience. All right, and then what was there another thing that I wanted to do? There's some other quest that got completed, right? Oh, yes, you. Okay, that'll be easy enough. Let's just go get over there right now and finish this up, I guess. I guess right outside of Bergen Village is kind of the best place to go to. Which, fine, sure. It's a little bit out of the way, but not terribly so, I guess. And you can already see all of the many, many areas that I'm going to be exploring around here. Whee! Every one of these areas. Compact, but also dense. Oh, wait, I guess I'm not supposed to talk to Gene here. I'm supposed to talk to Gene down here. I suppose, yeah, it would make sense that you turn in the quest where you get it and not where we're eventually going. And I suppose I should probably realize right now that there are a lot of little dialogues that I'm missing with Amelie here. We should go through this area again to get some of that. All right. Yeah, I was just there, as it turns out. Oh, defeat it? Wow, that's even easier than Pokemon. You don't have to just continuously throw 300 balls at Mewtwo to try to make that work. All right. Well, gonna prep up for that. I'm gonna prep up for that thing, and then that plus the one for Ketten are gonna be kind of what I tackle when I come back. Get all of the various plants analyzed, everything like that, and should be able to finish up Bergen Trail as soon as I get all of the chests. Go find some of the unique enemies around here so I can at least get the dialogue before going about on the rest of the trail. Yep. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you know what? Let's at least give a try to the legendary bunny. I came in here pretty high level. I might be able to take it out. Although I do think I am going to switch it back to what I'm more used to as far as super arts go. Okay, come on now. Yeah, it's like I'm taking these things out fairly easily in like just one volley of attacks. So I think I'll probably be okay. I'd like to think so, at least. I mean, look, there's also a lot of auto saves in this game, so I'll be fine. Yep. It's fine. All right. Oh. And then there, can get this real quick. No, I didn't quite get the parry. They are, it's true. But these are not peaceful snowmen. We're not building snowmen that will be inhabited by jazz musicians. Ones that will be inhabited by serial killers, as I mentioned before. Look, this is just... those are the two modes of snowmen. You either get a jazz musician / dad, or you get a serial killer. And there just happen to be a lot more serial killers around here. I mean, just how it goes, man. Obviously, the Ket and Dakar quest is going to be a little bit more difficult. I think I could probably also handle that one right now, but I do know that it is. I mean, there's that entire riddle and everything you gotta do. It's a trial to get down there in the first place. Indeed. Is that close enough to the Monty Python? Maybe. Wait, if you log off, how are you going to show it to your friends? Is there like a client, version that you just load up on your computer of this game? I think there are people that actually play this like a normal MMO. At least I got a reward. Didn't even get an item. Just got 1,000 credits. One bit of grinding later, and I'm ready to turn in all the quests. And there is one quest that I did miss here, too. Filthy Frobbit, so I'm going to have to go find that one. But even more than that, I also did, through getting all of the botanic list filled out, apparently hit 25% completion. So there is even another thing to turn in here. Fancy new hat. I mean, that's great and everything, but I just got a top hat. What could possibly be fancier than a top hat? Some kind of beret? One of those big hats covered in fruit and like dead birds and stuff? Oh, well, yeah, I guess that's good too. You see, you just gave me the hat you're wearing right now. Okay, fine. Man, I just got that top hat. So yeah, I guess you can kind of gauge how far you are through the game just by the fact that 25% from finishing 2 areas? Sure. Well, that's one bit of that quest done. Oh, wow. Huh. I guess I'll be keeping this thing for a while. Anywho. Yes, I was wondering about this because I didn't happen to do the, collecting laser TNT and laser pickaxes and other laser items in that mine the first time that I was playing through this area, so I was trying to figure out exactly how to turn that on before I forgot going into the next dungeon. And, it's somewhere here. Whatever, I'll figure it out later. Right now, I do want to, I think it's just right up here. Which is also where the dungeon is, but in the quest is more important for the time being. Like that even the miners are still wearing scouters. You gotta tell what power level that gold vein is. Wait, what? Is that a thing? Because as of just yet, I've mostly just been beating up a bunch of small animals. And not so small animals like the mutant goats, but Alright. So yeah, I thought that, for some reason I thought that these quests were ones that you couldn't do until after the dungeon, but I guess not. Most of them are. I mean, even like the Ket and Dakar one I can't quite do right now because I need to beat the dungeon first. Sure. Gonna go bathe up a bunch of bunnies. And then, kill them. As you do. Okay. This one should not be too difficult. I mean, all I gotta do, it is gonna be a little bit annoying because it's gonna be more of a focus on knockback rather than actual fighting. Not a problem. Weeks? Oh, man. Oh. Yeah, as you saw at the very start of the episode, having very bad equipment can make a pretty big difference, all things considered. All right. Well, I think I have like roughly 3 dozen of those in my inventory right now. Between getting all the chests and turning in quests and everything like that, you get a lot of every single one of those items. And the fact that I've also stayed so high, so well leveled most of this time, I haven't really done too much as far as... I haven't really need to use too many... Ah, yes. I don't really need to use too many items just yet to make sure that I can finish certain fights. You get, like I was saying in the first episode, you get a lot of buffs and everything, but none of those have been entirely necessary just yet. All right, back to Mystique. You think she's supposed to be named after the X-Men character? You know, I bet that's probably it. Who played her? Jennifer Lawrence in the movie? That's probably not correct. Well, anyway, it's a very strange name, certainly. Whatever, that's just more quests for me to do. Alright. And in fact, right now. Yeah, I guess since these quests kind of required me to go to different areas to actually complete in the first place, it's not really constrained by the same, progress before it gets unlocked. Well, missing one thing. Regal Wood, which winter thorns are kind of the more rare items from the Bergen Trail, and dry wood, which obviously in a big snowy area. Not gonna find any of that. No, it would have to be some sort of like deserty type area. I don't know. Snowy areas can be pretty dry. My chapped lips have anything to say about that. Alright. Simple enough. And aside from all of that, just need to go do that one more quest, and then I can kind of call it an episode. Still wondering if I should start to look at some of the lore. Maybe what I'll do is each episode I'll do something different. Because obviously in the records there's a bunch of different things. Botanics is not particularly interesting, considering everything is sort of very self-explanatory and follows the same naming schemes. But stuff like the monsters, the encyclopedia, the many things in the encyclopedia here are somewhat different. I guess we can take a look at that at the end of the episode, because I do think that it is worth checking out. Everything does have its own description and little individual bits of lore associated with it after all. Alright, I'm thinking about it right now. This is not quite the best area to go to get down to where I want to be, but this does also have this over here, which I did not know about and only found when I was farming some plants around here. Nothing I can do with it just yet, but in the future, certainly. Can't even hit that guy over there. Yeah, there was that little area with the beta pike shrubs down there, which I think what I want to do is I want to go from here upwards. The beta pike shrubs, which I was looking for, because for some reason those things are rarer than every other plant in this entire area. No idea why. And I found that small place. Yeah, I can't even finish up Henry's quest because I think that I require something to get rid of those ice blocks. Gee, I wonder what it is. to even get to the place with that mini boss in the first place. You could hear me trying to prevent myself from saying place twice, but when have I ever stopped myself from saying the same word over and over, here before here? Hey, look, it's the rabbits. And yep, they really do not take too much damage. I mean, conceivably, I think that you could probably beat through their filth armor anyway, but it's just fall into the water. Fall in the water. It's right there. Conceivably, you could beat through the filth armor, but it's just unlikely. Does give you a little bit better idea of exactly how the Frobbits work here, I'll say that. Because usually you're taking them down so quickly that it doesn't really matter too much. Finally getting their proper rabbit punches off. What? Hey, come on. But yep, the way that these fights work are pretty obvious. You just kind of wait until they do a super attack, dizzy, and then... Whoops. And then really get easy to knock into the water in whatever way you decide to do so. It's just kind of using the whole break mechanic. I mean, conceivably, it could also hit them into the water even despite that, but their mad ups make it a little bit difficult to do that. It's a novel type of quest. I think it's pretty neat. Come on. There we go. Come on, it's right there. Yeah, they do still take damage. They don't literally take no damage at all. There we go. Which is why I do think it is definitely possible to beat through their armor. It's just juice ain't worth the squeeze. There we go. That's right into the drink there. Same thing. And that should do it for this quest. Much like all the other ones, gonna have a second one to do a little bit later, but for right now, that'll be that. Okay, turn that in, and I do believe that's the last quest. Yeah, for now. Let me take one quick check to see if there's something that I didn't turn in once again. Yeah, I can't get this until I get the bug shells and the rock beaks. Obviously can't do that. I was just saying the cat in the car is not possible. And I've done everything I possibly can with plants for now. Every area has a bunch of new ones to find. And variations on ones as well. Yep, I was pretty efficient, if I do say so myself. Yeah, caused by the miners. Fair enough. Okay, let's switch right over into doing the chests. Everyone's favorite part of the episode, where I just spend 10 straight minutes opening up chests. So many hard cuts around here. And the chests don't even contain anything very... They're all pretty inconsequential. I mean, the only reason that I'm even going after these chests is because, well, on the map there is a counter, and I'm just obsessed with kind of organizing and showing off everything in the game, regardless of how meaningful it is or not. Although this time, unlike Autumn's Rise, I'm not quite able to get... Well, I guess I didn't even get all the chests in Autumn's Rise. There was one locked one. But this one is even less complete due to the fact that there are areas... well, there's a bunch of chests, and there are even entire areas that are blocked off right now until I finish the upcoming dungeon. I mean, as you saw in the one sort of secretive area, Lofty Heights, going off of the the cliff area that I did when I was doing the Legendary Bunny quest line, is that there's a lot of ice blocks around. And I don't have any ability to deal with that just yet. Oh yeah, this area, which I guess is sort of a mini-boss type of thing? I mean, you can only approach it from the left, because if you try to go from the bottom, there's a electric gate until you deal with the rabbits. I'm not quite sure what the deal with that area is, but hey, I guess it's something a little bit different. But yes. Ice blocks. Gotta have some deal with ice blocks, and I think you could probably guess what that's going to be. It's not like it's a real big secret. Now, you know, I'll say this. If nothing else, exploring around, getting all these treasures does give you a pretty good idea of the lay of the land, and does also open up some unique dialogue options, as well as even quests like the parkour guy, which I can really appreciate. Oh yes, and that last chest, I think that Emily should have had a dialogue bit about this chest better be worth it. But since I had already kind of scouted out the way to get that one, didn't quite get that piece of dialogue. I'm obsessed with getting everything. I don't know why. Oh yeah, finally going up against the snowman. Did this before, but you know, it wasn't quite time to collect the chest, so didn't actually grab this thing. It's just the top hat, which I guess could have helped with the quest, but it's not a big deal. Oh yeah, this area, which I think is definitely suffers from that. It was hard to tell that this was even an area that you could go to. I mean, if there wasn't the snow patches there, I would have never guessed that those cliffs were on the same level. Seems like the sort of thing that you would immediately fall down if you tried to jump up there. I mean, it was really only noticing that there was a chest over here that I even thought about trying to jump on that in the first place. Oh, and here's sort of a little interesting area too, because it does show that from this map you can go west, but it doesn't show that there's multiple ways to do that, unless you explore around a little bit. And that opens up not just a chest, but also, I think, the area for Ket and Dakar? So, nothing I can access right now, but it will become important a little bit later. So, was that entirely necessary? Yes, absolutely. Usually the pathfinding in the game is pretty good, but sometimes... Yes, going over west there leads to that area where it's pretty much just ice blocks. That's it. There's gonna be something eventually, but it's like even the characters right now don't seem to be particularly intrigued by these cubes around here. At least I had something to say this time. Had nothing to say about the trees. Well, anyway, another, I wouldn't really say substantial puzzle, but it is here. I mean, even just guessing, I somehow managed to find the correct combination of things to hit each time, though. I wasn't even trying to do this as fast as possible, and somehow it happened anyway. It happened like that anyway. Well, just to get a chest, but hey, I'm getting all of them. Why not? You know, everybody keeps talking about how great the view is, and with the whole top-down thing, I can't see that. But the real prize here is a slight upgrade for the weapon that I'm currently using. Yep. Even after getting that billy goat, had to put off getting this chest, but now I can see that it is just water. I told you, I have like 3 dozen of those things already. Oh boy. Bug shells, on the other hand, are pretty important because that's an item that I haven't been able to get anywhere else yet. Unfortunately, in the town here, there wasn't really too many treasures that I could get. A lot of locked stuff and a lot of stuff just blocked off. So this one's pretty minimal. But don't worry, it's only a matter of time. And now the chests are done. Let's take a look at some of the records, like I was saying. So what's some of those monsters? Got a bunch of different types here: organic, mechanical, Apollo, and abstract, which is an interesting classification of enemies, but only got 1 so far. Definitely interested in the future what exactly we're going to be getting for abstract enemies. I'd still consider them you know, I do want to take a little bit of umbrage with the fact that these guys are not humanoid. They're called snowmans. Snowmen. It's like, how can you say that they are not human? Also have a bunch of different lore here, too. By a sorceress. Which I didn't know that magic was in this game in that way. I mean, there is like the Hexacast class or whatever, but that could just be, you know, Arthur Clarke, high technology indistinguishable from magic. Who knows? Apollo, and like I was saying, Quite the Fighter gets more vicious, desperate the situation. There you go. Subtype is Warrior of Justice, which I don't know if that's a real classification or just a title he gave himself. I mean, it is a title he gave himself, but I don't know if it's also a real classification. Won't attack and just run away. Yeah, pretty basic. It's just a reference to Genji. I mean, the achievement you get is called Real History. It's like, hey, real historical battles. Now here's this giant enemy crab. Okay, there you go. Memes, I tell ya. Oh, it's used as part of the official tutorial. I guess there's that. This thing too, which is almost unnotable enough that I didn't even realize that it was a different enemy at first. Truly an enemy for a tutorial. Truly. And there's also the illegal rhombus turrets. Which, is there a difference between this? Oh yeah, I guess it is actually significantly more powerful. Not that really matters. Also shields. And yeah, basic turret. I guess it was something of a boss. Speaking of advanced mechanics, I know that somebody did actually tell me that they do teach you some of the more advanced tech of the game, like attack canceling and stuff like that, in the tutorial section. So I might have to go check that out eventually. But for right now, I think that I'm doing just fine. Usually found in packs of up to 20. I don't know if that ever happens. Yes. I got the rare event or whatever. And then I got a different one, which is, I guess, significantly more powerful, but it doesn't really feel like it. Just more health, really. Jumping attack. Then you got Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh man, you got the new trailer for that movie that came out recently, and I think that the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, aka we ripped off E.T. and we got freaking Jim Carrey to do a bunch of improv for an hour and a half. It's like, I am still not looking forward to that movie at all. I mean, hey, at least they fixed the design just by using the original design. Oh boy, what a mess that thing's gonna be. Some of those times when I look at like a movie trailer or something like that, and I just think, why are you even bothering? I can tell from the very start that it's gonna be awful. It's gonna be total garbage. And yeah. Guess I didn't really see too much of the Hillcat band leader here. It was really more of just a, it was a little bit too quick of a fight to really see exactly how it all worked. Yeah, charged against the wall, or, just kinda wait until it attacks and then go behind it. Or at this point in time, just beat right through the armor. Also, the phrase "mean meanie" is great. Yeah, this one also a lot more health, but really it's just a lot more health and a lot more of the other stats. But it really feels like only the health matters. Oh, so the dark color is a mating thing. Interesting. Great animation. Oh, it's called a frobit because it's a frog and a rabbit? Huh. I guess if you look at the legs, it kind of looks frog-like. And then filthy, disgusting frobits. Oh yeah, wow, they really do have a pretty big rise in health there, don't they? Oh man, this really gets its own entry, does it? Okay, all right then, sure. Hey, salty ice cream. It's the ice cream that's extra angry at life and everything. Oh, pushed against the wall, it uses that super attack it does. So I was kind of wondering, because it seemed really inconsistent as to how it used that attack. I don't know. Oh, and this is where you get rock beaks. I guess it makes sense because peng-pengs are kind of rare in this area. I mean, you see it a decent amount, but not as much as some of the other characters, specifically the Frobits. It's called the Horny Goat. All right then. Don't get distracted by its laughing. How can you not? These things make so much noise when they attack you. Or, well, when I was doing the quest at the very least, which I noticed.